When I was growing up, one of my favorite toys that I would play with was the Mighty Max Skull Dungeon. And I was just a big fan of what they were doing back then with those toys. And I remember even begging my parents to get me the Skull Mountain for Christmas, which was huge. And they did. And I'll be forever grateful for that. But when it comes to the Skull Dungeon and the other play sets, what was so cool about them was they were these small, pocketable play sets that each had running themes. And Skull Dungeon, well, it was just like that. It had a cool skull on the front, and you open it up and it had like all of these different play elements. It had little miniature figures that you could use with it. And it was just all about using your imagination to create an entire scenario out of nothing, just with these mostly static parts. So when I was on Maker World the other day, I came across a print from a creator called Savvy Maker, and it is the Modular Pocket Village. And when I saw this, I immediately thought about Mighty Max and Polly Pocket, which was sort of like the girl version of Mighty Max back then. And this is what that print came out to look like, the Modular Pocket Village. So when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I need to try that. So I fired up an assortment of printers so I can get this done as quickly as I can. I used the H2D to take care of the main portion of the print with the mushroom house. It was multicolor front and back. I also enlisted the help of the 85X and the A1 Mini for the inner inserts. And then I also used the IDEX printer, the Raise 3D E3 printer, to take care of some of the little dual color mushroom houses that are on the inside. If you're curious about that particular printer, I'll be talking more about that in a future video. But once all of that was done, here is the end result. You can open it up, and on the inside, you have your own little fantasy world that you customize yourself, which I think is just absolutely fantastic, especially for young kids. This is something that you can print for them. It doesn't take a lot of filament, and it just helps to bring out a lot of creativity, because there is no wrong way to put together your own little village. Yes, there are some elements there that are going to stay there, such as you have these islands on the top and on the bottom. There's going to be some water running through the middle. But when it comes to the colors, use whatever colors that you want. When it comes to the placements of the little mushroom houses and the trees and the bushes and the color of them, you do what you want. There's no wrong way to do it. And I just used some glue and some activator to make sure that everything stayed nice and secure. And this comes already on a hinge. If you printed on a printer that, not a large printer, but kind of like a regular size printer these days, like a 256 cube build plate and over, then when this prints without supports, it'll print with the hinge in place so that you can just open and close it. But if you don't have a printer that's suitable for printing this all in one piece, you can also use smaller printers like the A1 Mini, and they just basically broke these two sections up into their own individual pieces. And then there's like a principal dowel that you can use to secure the two together. So anyone can do this, even if you have a smaller printer. And I just really think that this is just fun and, quite frankly, pretty darn adorable to put together. I mean, look at those mushrooms. Who doesn't like a good mushroom house? Some of the elements of this includes the aforementioned mushroom houses in 3 different styles. You have kind of like the larger houses, and then you have the medium-sized ones, and then you have some skinny ones. And then you have trees and bushes. And then you also have these bridges that you can place across the water. Like I have one here. They also have windmills that you can print to put along there. And those are all the elements that just come with this. But I thought it'd be really cool to try to find maybe some like really small figures that maybe you can just use with this, so you print this out and give this to a kid, and they can just have this open right in front of them. if they have like little figures, let's just say this mushroom house was a little figure, then they can just come up with their own stories. They can come up with their own adventures just within this, not necessarily pocketable by putting it inside of your pants, but definitely like in a backpack or a small bag or something like that. And I think it'll be just great. And thinking about card trips or just situations where you just need them to just sit down and just use your imagination and entertain yourself for a little bit. I mean, you can definitely do it with something like this. And I love this design so much. And I hope that they can create more models like this. This did win an award for like Maker World, one of Maker World's featured prints. So I can imagine that, you could have different styles, and then you can have different elements on the inside, more little things for you to print and just kind of make your own little dioramas like that. I think that would be a really cool thing to see. I looked at some of the other prints that they have come up with, and they are definitely good at what they do, but this is just one that leapt out at me, and I wanted to tell you about it. I wanted to show it off to you, and I wanted to recommend this to you if you're looking for something that's similar to this, or maybe you just interested because you just found out about it from watching this video. Because I think good prints like this that definitely bring up the nostalgia in my brain and translates it into 3D printing in 2025 is something that you should definitely know about. So go ahead and find yourself this file, link down below if you want to print it for yourself or print it for someone young, because it is really adorable, it's cute, it's fun, and it helps with the imagination. Cut down a little bit of that screen time, which I think we all need to do from time to time. So that's going to do it for now. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.